Good morning. Good chilly morning. It got chilly last night. It was like down in the 30s. It's 37 now. That's crazy. I'm glad I brought my plants in. I don't know where I'm going to put them, but I brought a couple in that I didn't want to die outside in the cold. I knew this one with all kinds of plants, and I don't know what to do with it. It got big, and I don't know where to put it. Let me over there. Anyway, how you doing this morning? I hope you are doing great. I hope you know that today is a great day to peace out, and that's what I'm going to be telling myself all day. You have a chance today to peace out. Today we have a chance to just stop and let his peace reign in our heart. And I got to remind myself all day of that. See, I get on here now. Yesterday, I got on here and just totally encouraged myself. I need to watch yesterday's probably, right? I wonder if it counts in my viewership. I don't know. Anyway, if I go back and watch it myself, I don't know. But uh, sometimes I get on here and I end up encouraging myself, even though I don't always feel like coming on here. If I'm just honest, sometimes I just want to lay in my bed and finish sipping my coffee and let y'all figure it out for a day. Sometimes I really do. I get tired. I just get tired. Matter of fact, yesterday I told God, I'm just tired. I don't know how long I can do this. I was whining a little bit. He didn't really care much, but anyway. But it always comes back to today is an opportunity to peace out. And I wore my peace out shirt. I wore my peace out pants. They say peace down the side. They're all painted all 70s ish and stuff, all googly and stuff, right? And so I just want to remind myself today that today is a great day to peace out. Today is a great day to figure out how to let his peace reign in our hearts, even if there's crazy stuff going on in our lives. Now, take a deep breath. We do that a lot, right? If you took a deep breath, there's something going on because you're still alive. So something's going on. There's either maybe there's something going on in your personal life or with your family or financially or with a relationship or with work or with something somewhere is going on. It's always something. We read the stories in the Bible and we forget that they had stuff happening. We read them so casually sometimes. These were real people with real emotions, with real situations, right? And one that's been on my mind today is a woman who touched the hem of Jesus' garment. And this was not where I was going to go, but this is what I was meditating on this morning. She had a real situation. She had been to doctor after doctor after doctor after doctor, and she had no help. And she found a way to touch the hem of his garment. And she wasn't supposed to be in the crowd. She was supposed to be crying, unclean, so that nobody would get close enough to touch her, right? Because she was unclean according to the law. She didn't use any words. She didn't quote any scriptures. She didn't remind herself that God's peace was ruling in her heart. He hadn't said that yet. She just said, if I can touch the hem of his garment, I'm going to be okay. And we got to have that same tenacity. If I can just touch his heart today, if I can just find myself in the word today, find something to hold on to, I'm going to be okay. Right? We got to have that same determination to get a hold of his heart and let him have a hold of our heart. And so with that, I want to go with what I wanted to share today because I got these two scriptures. We got in 2 Corinthians 12. Paul says, and I'm looking at the old New Living Translation, 3 times I begged the Lord to take it away. He had something going on that was not pleasant. I don't know if he was sick. I don't know if he was upset. I don't know if he had just been stoned because, there was that time. I don't know if he had just been shipwrecked. I don't know. But it was unpleasant. He didn't like it and he wanted out. Does anybody have any situations that are unpleasant, unwanted, uncomfortable, and you just want out? I got a list, y'all, if y'all need it, but I'm sure you got your own, right? I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. And God doesn't care. He does. He does. But something was going on in Paul's life that made him uncomfortable, that made him just squirm a little bit because he just didn't quite like this. And he asked God 3 times. He didn't just pray once. He said 3 times, I begged the Lord to take it away, whatever it was, whatever your it is. It's okay to ask God to take it away. That doesn't mean he's going to do it, but it's okay to ask him, right? Then he said, each time. So every time Paul prayed and said, God, take this away, God said, my grace is enough for you. Okay, God, I don't like this. You're not getting me here. I don't like this. Take it away. my grace is sufficient for you. Okay, no, no, you didn't hear the question, God. You didn't hear. I was saying, please take this away, remove it, like get it out, like gone, like not here, somewhere else. And God replied the third time, my grace is enough for you. Right now, now grace, if I understand this right, I've been listening to Dwayne Sheriff, so I should have it down right. Our grace is getting what we don't deserve, such as mercy, peace, love. We don't deserve those things. His strength. We can't earn those things. It's getting the things we can't earn. You can't earn those things. You get them just because he gives them to us, right? And mercy is not getting what we do deserve, which is to die in sin, right? We didn't deserve God going to the cross. There's nothing we can do to earn the cross, right? There's nothing we can do to earn his peace. We get it. We don't even deserve it. That's mercy. Grace is getting what we don't deserve, meaning we can't earn it. So that's grace and peace and mercy and all those things, right? All into his strength and things like that. And so with that in mind, I went over to Hebrews 4 also, and listen to this. It says, let us come boldly to the throne of our gracious God. We can come before God. That lady had so much boldness to push through that crowd to touch Jesus' garment because she knew he had what she needed. Don't we know that he has what we need? Isn't that why we're still pursuing him? Isn't that why we're still reading the word? Isn't that why we're still meditating on it? Isn't that why we're still praying? Isn't that why we're still watching this devotion? All three of you. Oh, there's more than that. Right? Isn't that why I'm still doing it? Because we know if we can touch him, our situations will change. And even if our situations don't change, we'll be better for it in that situation. We'll have his grace. We'll have his peace to make it through whatever we're facing each day, right? Okay, so let us come boldly before the throne of our gracious God, that we will receive his mercy and we will find grace to help us when we need it. Okay, here's 2 points. We're going to find something when we come to him. What are we going to find? Grace. We'll find grace. We got to seek him out sometimes. Sometimes we got to latch hold of him and go, you ain't leaving, like Jacob did. You ain't leaving till you bless me. I may limp my whole life, but I'm not letting you go till you bless me. Right? The lady pressed through the crowd illegally. She wasn't supposed to be there. She wasn't supposed to touch anybody, let alone Jesus. They would have very likely stoned her had they figured out what she was doing. So she was silent. She came to him with no words but faith. And sometimes when we come boldly before the throne of grace, is that right? To the throne of our gracious God, to the throne of grace, we come to him, and sometimes there's not words. And sometimes, even though there's no words, and I'm a wordsmith, but even though sometimes there's no words, it makes the most powerful statement. We're still reaching for you, God. We're still crying out for you, God. I'm still headed for you, God. In the middle of these circumstances, in the middle of this discomfort, in the middle of this pain, in the middle of this crazy world, we're still seeking for you. And what do we find when we seek him? Well, first off, we find him, but we will find grace. And that grace that he promised Paul 3 times, my grace is enough for you. He told him 3 times, and we can grab hold of that, right? Because it's in the Bible. We find grace to help us, and here's an important factor here. We find grace to help us when we need it. Do you need grace today? The good news is if you need grace today, you can find it when you press through the crowd. And maybe we're not in a crowd of people because we're still in post-pandemic mode, right? Maybe we're not in a crowd of people, but we're in a crowd of thoughts. We're in a crowd of emotions. We're in a crowd of situations. We're in a crowd of problems. We're in a crowd of things that are fighting at us, trying to get us to fear instead of have faith, trying to get us to give up instead of hold on, right? Maybe that's our crowd, but we can still press through that crowd. And what do we find when we press through the crowd of thoughts and fears and emotions and crazy stuff that's going on? We find grace, his grace, and his grace is enough for whatever you are facing today. Now, if you ain't facing nothing, come back and watch this tomorrow, because something will change in the in the in the middle of the night. All right, things change quickly, so come back and watch this again. If you ain't got nothing going on, and you might also want to repent for lying, because everybody's got something going on. We need His grace. And we've got to press through. Maybe I should say I got to press through all these crazy thoughts that go through my head all day long, because they are crazy. They're all over the place. My emotions can be all over the place. My everything can be all over the place, right? We got to press through. Maybe we're not pressing through that crowd of people. Maybe we're not in a place where we're not supposed to be, or maybe we are in a place we're not supposed to be. Maybe we found ourselves in a place where it doesn't feel right, look right, it's not comfortable. We just got to press through. And when we press through to His throne, we find His grace. And it's there when we need it. When we need it. Not after we needed it. Not even before we need it. It's already still kind of there before we need it. But we find it when we need it. When we realize our need for Him, His grace is just going to usher in and carry us through that day. So I encourage you to press through whatever the crowd is in your life. Maybe it's money issues. Maybe it's a health issue. Maybe it's just thoughts of fear. Maybe it's just thoughts of failure. Maybe it's thoughts of, I don't know, God doesn't love you. I don't know. Maybe it's just thoughts. Maybe it's just emotions. Maybe it's just, it can be anything. But I encourage you today to press through whatever you're facing today and grab hold of Him. Why? Because you're going to find that grace to undergird you. All the things you don't deserve. We don't deserve His strength. He trades His strength for ours. We can't do anything to deserve His peace. And yet He goes, my peace, I'm leaving with you. And he said that to Judas, who was going to betray Him. He said that to Peter, who was going to deny Him. Wow. We get it. We get His grace. We get His love. He's got this. We can trust Him for today. And with that, we can peace out. So peace out. Have a great day. And I'll see you tomorrow.